What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today, let's get started with what's next for Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane following UFC 321. After months of extensive talk and hype regarding Tom Aspinall's next fight, the MMA world finally got to see him back in action, and unfortunately, the bout ended in horrible fashion. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video to help support the channel. Aspinall faced Ciryl Gane in the main event of UFC 321, and early on, Gane bloodied the nose of the heavyweight champion with a thumping left. Aspinall continued to move forward, but it did seem like the speed and footwork of Gane was giving him some difficulty. Unfortunately, not long after, Gane inadvertently poked Aspinall in both of his eyes. Aspinall, who appeared to be having more problems with his right eye, was given multiple minutes to recover. But the English star repeatedly said he couldn't see, and the fight was eventually waved off. Aspinall was visibly and vocally upset after the fight, as he told Daniel Cormier he thought the fight was just getting going. He also fired back at fans who were booing, noting that he had been the victim of two nasty eye pokes. After the fight, Daniel Cormier uploaded a YouTube video where he revealed that Aspinall's right eye was covered up with bandages and still couldn't open his eyes backstage.
I saw Tom Aspinall. His right eye is covered in a bandage because he cannot open it still. We're 20 minutes past the fight ending. And what's crazy about that is his other eye was the one where his hand went knuckle deep. The right side was scraped down more. The left side was the one that went knuckle deep and really would have been hard to deal with if not for the pain he was seeing on the other side. Tom was very upset that people were booing. And then people saw the replay and were like, wait a minute, maybe we should be booing the other guy. Then they booed Ciryl Gane.
So with everything that unfolded at UFC 321, what's next for Aspinall? Heading into UFC 321, the widespread belief was that Aspinall would win, and then the UFC would have the option of revisiting a fight with Jon Jones. Of course, not only did that not happen, Gane did look good in the fight's early moments. Heck, even Daniel Cormier said that if the fight continued, it would have been Aspinall's toughest test.
Ciryl Gane fought tonight like we expected him to fight against Jon Jones. He defended takedowns. He was landing his strikes. And Tom Aspinall got his off too. Tom Aspinall was landing. Tom Aspinall actually seemed happy, smiling, to be in there with someone that was extending him and pushing him to a place that he really hadn't been. That was going to be the toughest fight of Tom Aspinall's career. And I can say that very confidently because I saw him with his face, nose all bloody, from a jab of Ciryl Gane, who landed it multiple times over the course of that first round. Tonight, Tom was kicking more. He was trying to wrestle more. He was doing so many things differently because he had to. Unfortunately, Ciryl Gane seemed prepared for all of that, and he was fighting better than we have seen him fight in a long time.
So the obvious choice here is to rebook Aspinall and Gane to fight as soon as possible. After all, there was no winner crowned on Saturday, and because of what transpired, there should be even more interest in a second bout. Well, Dana White answered the question we all had. During the post-fight presser for UFC 321, Dana confirmed that they're looking to rebook this fight at a later date.
Give us your reaction to the eye poke and how it went out.
I mean, I feel the way everybody feels. Great showing, you know. I think that after the Jones fight, a lot of people wrote Ciryl Gane off. He looked damn good tonight.
Yeah, what did you think about the fight on its way to the eye poke? What did you take from those 4 minutes?
Good. Looked like we were in for a few rounds and it was going to be a good fight.
It would seem obvious that a rematch is right on the cards. Would you like to just rebook these guys as soon as Tom is able to get back in there?
Yeah. Total pain in the ass, but yes.
After the fight, Sean O'Malley defended Tom Aspinall for his decision.
It is hard to stand in front of a human being with that high level of skills and fight him with two eyes. Now you're gonna get illegally poked in the eye. Boom, broke his orbital, eye swells up, you can't see. That's different. You get punched in the eye, a legal shot, your eye swells up, you can't see, you fight through that. Tom Aspinall would fight through that. He wouldn't get punched, eye swells up and go, I'm done, I can't see. It's different because he got poked in the eye. That is an illegal strike, illegal, it was an accident, 100% I believe it was an accident. I don't think Ciryl did it on purpose. Ciryl was getting the better of Tom. But to question Tom's toughness is insane. No one wanted that more than Tom Aspinall. He wanted to fight. He wanted to fight more than we wanted to watch him fight. So it's hard, you can't question Tom's toughness.
Demetrious Johnson defended Ciryl Gane for the eye poke on his YouTube channel.
once again, it's MMA. If somebody's coming at me and I go like this, it's my hands coming out. It's a natural reaction. It's a natural reaction. That's one thing people don't understand. Like when you do Muay Thai, when you kick, you need your hands out. Even in the gloves, when I throw a kick, my hands are open inside the gloves. You know, I love how people are like, oh, there's so many eye pokes in MMA. Guys, my hands are open. And people don't understand. They always talk about, when are we going to fix eye pokes in mixed martial arts? Newsflash, you're never going to do it. The reason why is because as human beings, our natural reaction when somebody comes towards us is to open my hands and stick my hands out. So once again, you're never going to fix eye pokes in mixed martial arts unless you put us in gloves that are like in actual like boxing gloves.
Jon Jones accepts Alex Pereira call out for UFC White House and mocks Aspinall. After Alex Pereira took his belt back from Nurmagomedov a few weeks back, he respectfully called out Jon Jones after acknowledging his brother Arthur's passing. Well, today, after Tom Aspinall's eye poke and no contest, Alex Pereira reacted to the fight on Instagram, writing, "Let's make the heavyweight division great again," with a stone head emoji, plus a bone equaling a house, basically calling out Jon Jones to the UFC White House card again. Jon then posted on Twitter acknowledging Alex for his respect and accepted his call out. He wrote, "Alex, I'd be down to bring the highest skill level to the White House. I appreciate the respect you showed. Let's dance." Jon also changed his profile picture on Twitter, updating the duck and adding an eye patch over its eye, clearly taking a shot at Tom Aspinall. So by the looks of it, Jon is completely overlooking Tom at this point and doesn't care to get his belt back. He simply wants the best fight for his legacy, and he believes that Alex Pereira is the one. If Dana makes the matchup happen for the White House, do you think Alex has what it takes to stop and end Jones's undefeated reign? Let us know your pick in the comments. There's a reason UFC fighters bring ice packs to game night, and it's not for the drinks. Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is the largest injury law firm in America, with over 1,000 attorneys nationwide. They've recovered over $25 billion for more than 500,000 clients. Morgan & Morgan has been fighting for the people for over 35 years. When you hire them, it's like hiring a legal army that has your back. The results speak for themselves. In Florida, a client received $12 million after the insurance company offered just $350,000. In Pennsylvania, another client was awarded $26 million, 40 times the insurer's $650,000. If you're injured because of someone else's negligence, you deserve to be paid. Not all law firms are created equal. Hiring the wrong one can cost you. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan and go to our link at forthepeople.com/MMA. Again, if you're injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan and go to our link at forthepeople.com/MMA. Their fee is free unless they win. Islam Makhachev roasts Ali Abdelaziz. Islam Makhachev continues to prepare for his upcoming battle with Jack Della Maddalena at UFC 322. But recently, the former lightweight champion took some time out to take a poke at his manager, Ali Abdelaziz. As you can see by watching the following video, Islam thought it was a wee bit ridiculous that Ali paid a barber $200 for, well, you'll see.
Короче, здесь парикмахер пришел к Али домой стричься, и он говорит, что его стрижка стоит с выездом $200. Но я не знаю, что близко сделать. Что за $200? Ali, bro, now you're gonna use this machine, yeah, after?
Correct, yes. And then that gets them nice and smooth, you know? Correct.
Ali, please don't move, brother. Why not? Brother, I can do for you. I can do.
Please, bro, you get fighter, brother. Sit down.
Brother,
You pound for pound fighter.
please, next time I can do for you haircut.
Okay,
And
buy
you,
the machine and I make it.
I have machine, brother. New machine. I can do for you.
You like the cut
Yes,
hair?
yes.
You enjoy it?
What?
You enjoy cutting hair?
Yes, it's not problem, brother.
Fun. You like it? You like making
He said I have just bald, yeah?
Yes, both.
Bald. But I don't have to do some nice haircut because
Like you cut all your friends and stuff?
sometimes
Yeah?
my friends
No, brother,
cut
you
for
cut
me.
the sheep.
Yes, yes, yes.
Couldn't you probably get a pretty decent pair of clippers for less than $200 as well? with enough cash left over for a nice-sized meal. Apparently, Ali and Islam have a different concept of money well spent. What's next for Umar Nurmagomedov after UFC 321? Umar Nurmagomedov returned to the win column at UFC 321 like many people thought he would, but his performance may not have left the masses clamoring for a rematch with Merab Dvalishvili. Nurmagomedov faced fellow bantamweight contender Mario Bautista, and the Dagestani controlled much of the fight with his wrestling and top game. Although Bautista had his moments, which included a nasty-looking toe hold in round 1 and flooring Umar with a knee in round 2, Umar was awarded the fight by all 3 judges. So what's next for Nurmagomedov, who is fighting for the first time since January, when he actually lost via decision to the current bantamweight king, Merab Dvalishvili? Immediately after the fight, Umar told Daniel Cormier that he will win the title, but given Merab is fighting Peter Yan at UFC 323, December 6th, it'd be kind of surprising if the UFC opted to have Umar fight the winner. Although Nurmagomedov has only lost to Merab, and he likely was the champion's toughest test in years, he's fought just once since the aforementioned defeat. Further, while today's win showcased Umar's Galaxy-class wrestling and top game again, he was unable to record a highlight reel finish that really buzzed fans. Could we see the UFC look at Ayman Zahabi as Umar's next opponent, who's riding a 7-fight winning streak? For Bautista, while today's loss was a setback, he'll almost certainly face another top 15 ranked contender next. Prior to Saturday's loss, Mario had won 8 in a row, and that includes victories over notable names like Jose Aldo, Patchy Mix, and Ricky Simone. What's next for Mackenzie Dern following UFC 321 win? Mackenzie Dern's road to a UFC championship was a long and rocky one, but Dern got by a very game Virna Jandiroba at UFC 321 on Saturday, and in doing so, she's finally added a UFC belt to her stacked trophy case. Throughout the fight, Jandiroba showed no concern for Dern's renowned ground game, and she repeatedly shot in and took the decorated grappler down. Dern, however, always stayed busy from the bottom with strikes, and Jandiroba never really threatened with much from the top. What proved to be the deciding factor in this fight was Dern's striking, as she punished Jandiroba with her jab and bested her in many of the exchanges. So, after 25 minutes of action, Dern was awarded the vacant strawweight title. It marked the second time she's defeated Jandiroba, as in 2020, she also recorded a unanimous decision win over the BJJ black belt. So what could be next for Dern in her first fight as champion? Well, if Zhang Weili loses to flyweight queen Valentina Shevchenko at UFC 322 next month, you do gotta wonder if the UFC will ask Weili if she wants another shot at the strawweight title. After all, Zhang is a 2-time champ, and in her second reign, she defended the belt 3 times. If Zhang wins the flyweight title, or if she's decided her days at 115 are over, Tatiana Suarez could be an option. Although Suarez isn't far removed from her decision loss to Weili in February, she's coming off a victory over Amanda Lemos, and she's gone 8-1 in the UFC to date. The number 3 ranked Yang Xiaonan defeated Dern by decision in 2022, but she's coming off a loss to Virna Jandiroba, so it seems unlikely that the UFC would tap her for a title shot at this point. Who do you want to see Dern fight next? Meanwhile, Jandiroba's stock won't drop too much on account of Saturday's loss. She had won 5 straight heading into UFC 321, and it's not like she was blown out of the water by Dern. Dana White major backlash for UFC 321. Dana is on the tail end of receiving backlash from the MMA community after the ending to UFC 321's main event yesterday, and his comments about Tom Aspinall at the post-fight presser. The fight between Ciryl Gane and Tom Aspinall ended in a no contest due to eye pokes, and nobody was happy about it. But Dana seemed to insinuate that Tom didn't want to continue the fight, not that he couldn't because of the double eye pokes. Ariel Helwani speculated on Twitter, calling out Dana for his treatment of Aspinall. He wrote, "Predictable. Tom says he wouldn't fight Ante. His dad says he wants him to box. Equals, Tom didn't want to continue in the fight. Wild way of framing such a deep double eye poke."
It's unfortunate that it ended the way that it did, and yes, I think that there probably will be a lot more interest in the rematch after they saw, he had Tom bloodied up, and Tom didn't want to continue in the fight, so the rematch is very interesting.
Basically, Ariel thinks because of Tom's comments about boxing that Dana is talking poorly of him now. Other people from the community also called out Dana for his comments. They wrote, "You can tell Dana hasn't been a fan of Tom the whole time. Tom's comments about dropping the title for his friend to compete for it, and his dad's boxing comments aren't going to help at all either. Plus, a pay-per-view main event just stopped in round 1 to end the show in an anticlimactic fashion. Makes the whole situation messy, and I don't think things will work out well for Aspinall in UFC after tonight." Tom is always honest and authentic in interviews, but it doesn't help him. Maybe he should talk less for a while, ask his dad to stay quiet, build up some mystique, and maybe not even say a word publicly until he's back in the cage again. I feel he has to make a big statement in a rematch to win back any favor from Dana, if he even wants that. Dana is an emotional head sometimes. It ain't new. He'll never stop riding John's Johnson. Gut says John and Dana are friends with benefits. Dana hasn't done anything to promote Aspinall, and Dana has run the clown circus trying to get Jones to actually fight him, but doesn't like it when Aspinall weighs up options to better his career and financials. Classic Dana throwing his fighters under the bus. Dana on whoever he doesn't like. The truth has never mattered to him. Dana is such an treated Tom like for 2 years with the ICBS. And now this? Guess that's why the boss makes friends with the 30-year-old teenagers and Nelk boys.